Hello, everyone. Can I get a quick mic check as well as screen check? You see our PowerPoint weekly walkthrough, and then can you hear us? Question box would be great. Yes, that would be fantastic. Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you. We are going to give it maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I started it a little bit early just to make sure everyone gets here. So we will be back in like 30 seconds, and then we'll start it. All right, let's get started. Welcome. Thank you all for attending the Max and G show. We're going to do a weekly walkthrough of EdgeProX and answer some questions. It's going to be a quick walkthrough like last week. If you were here last week, it's going to be, we're just going to go over a couple features that we've been getting some questions on, and then we will get into Q&A and answer any questions you run into. Just keep in mind that as we move along, when we add features or if there's something specific that we're getting a lot of questions on, we'll cover that in here. We're not going to do a full walkthrough of all the functionality because that would take us hours due to the fact that EdgeProX has a ton of different features. But we do have a full walkthrough. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. Our founder, Morad Askar, put it together. It's on our website it's on the walkthrough page where you signed up on. If you want to go through and check that out, feel free to do so. All right, but we're going to get started. As always, derivatives trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. So here's our agenda. We're just going to do a quick intro of EdgeProX. A lot of you already know who we are, but anyone new out there, you're just going to kind of hear that. Intro to EdgeClear. Oh, I meant to say EdgeClear in the beginning, but intro to EdgeClear. Most of you already know who we are, but you're gonna have to listen to it one more time. An advanced DOM overview, and then bracket orders / strategies overview, and then we're gonna get into Q&A. So what is EdgeProX? EdgeProX is an all-in-one solution for active traders. It has MBO capabilities if you're using Rithmic, volume profiling, TPO charts, native order flow tools, fully functional 300+ studies, indicator laying, native for Windows, Mac, and Linux. That is right. If you have a Mac or a Linux computer, you can use this software without a Windows emulator. It runs on CQG, Rithmic, or IQFeed, and all of these features are available for a low price of $34.99. I believe we kind of went over this a little bit, but Heatmap, volume imprint, volume profiling, simulated trading, replay mode, time and sales, open, high, low, clothesline, our custom Edge Pro line, cloud levels, which is pretty interesting, as well as the cross-instrument trading. What is EdgeClear? We're an independent futures broker. We were created by traders for traders. We have an award-winning team, multiple clearing relationships, experienced team and founder. Futures Trader 71 is our founder, Morad Askar. We're continuously innovating and building, as you can see, with EdgeProX, and as always, we are trader inspired. So, the advanced DOM features. I'm going to kind of let Giancarlo, I call him G, kind of walk us through the advanced DOM. And so, G, correct me if I'm wrong, the advanced DOM is going to be right here. And it's also going to show up on our active. Basically, I think every single chart has one. It's correct.
Yeah, no, you're right. Except for the overview, but every other chart has, and you have the ability to add it to all of the different tabs on the bottom. But so basically, the advanced DOM utilizes Rithmic's market by order data, which allows you to see basically the size of each bracket order. It shows you the sizes of each of the orders, and it goes all the way through the full DOM, instead of top of book, which only shows the top of the book. So it also, so in edit the advanced DOM.
Hey, G, give me 1 second. Hey, does everyone hear us? I got someone saying that there's no audio. Can everyone hear us? Okay, cool. Audio is good.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, G.
Yeah, no worries. So what I'm gonna show is like, how capable the advanced DOM really is. So, what you have on is the default when you first open the platform. You are able to trade directly from the DOM. Like, I don't know if you can see everybody, but when Max hovers over the bid, he's able to place a limit order. If he hovers over the ask, he can place an order as well. Limit order as well to sell. So that's a quick feature. You can trade from the DOM pretty easily. And if Max goes to the settings for the DOM,
yep.
You can utilize a lot of different features. So, you can show, we'll show how to create bracket orders next, but you can create bracket orders in here. You can create, if you go to the price column, you can add a lot of different indicators within the DOM. So you can show the open, high, low, the bid, price.
Yeah. And this is our Edge Pro line, correct? Right here?
Yep, that is.
Cool.
So you can show that in the DOM as well, which I think is pretty cool. So you have all these different features that can be added. If you go to the volume tab, you can add more indicators for specifically the volume tab, and then bid, ask, count, same thing. And it goes through and you can add indicators basically for each, and you can adjust the settings in each different column. And now if you don't see, for example, like the bid and ask delta, because that's currently, if you look at the DOM, it's not there. So if you were to X out of the settings right now, and then if you, right by there, you can click that, you can add in more columns. I know right now in Jigsaw, they use the ask delta and bid delta, which is a common feature that people have been asking. So EdgeProX does allow you to add that as well. And so like you can add those and basically configure this exactly the same way as it would be in Jigsaw. You can move the columns too by clicking and holding on the column and just sliding it to wherever you would like it to be. Yep. So exactly like that.
How do I remove it? Oh, just go in here and then uncheck this, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that, is how, and then you can also see the notes on the side, which is the connected to the cloud. Yep, cloud levels. So
which, by the way, real quickly, that is done through here or through. Nope, that's Edge Pro line.
Yeah, it's the next bar over.
Through here, all settings, and you could enter in your CSV file from in here.
Yep. Yeah. So that's so the DOM does connect to the charts. So I'm not sure, but Max, you want to show how the block orders for the MBR, does that show on yours?
Yeah, so basically you're referring to these purple colors right here, right?
Correct, yes.
This is like a common feature with MBO data through Rithmic through EdgeProX. You can actually see large blocks going right here. And if you place an order also, one thing I really like, let's say we want to place an order at 40.79, so I'm just going to place a buy limit. There's normally, why don't I see it? There's normally a line that should walk me through that. Let's see, maybe I don't have it enabled. Boom, 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 boom. Last trade. Nope, not that. It is. Do you know how to enable that real quickly?
Check the price column, or maybe either bid or price column. There you go.
Placing queue markers should be enabled. So for some reason it is not showing up. Let's see if I place one more. Normally, not sure why it's not showing here. There should be a line that kind of gives you an accurate view of where you're at in the queue. So you can actually see it here. So maybe that's the coloring over here. You can actually see that there we are right here. And since this is a simulated account, it's kind of tough, but Normally it would kind of show up at the end, and as orders either get canceled or filled, you can kind of see this line start to move forward into the queue. Something that I've thought was pretty cool when I first saw that in action.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I just wanted to show the market by order, how it looks, those two features that you just showed. So those are two pretty, like, this is the advanced DOM, and this is like, what you can utilize through Rithmic. The other thing that the DOM, you can do through the DOM is setting up bracket orders. So that's
cool.
the next.
Awesome. So real quickly, everyone, we're going through this quickly. We want to keep these walkthroughs at a half hour, so we also want to get to your questions and answers, or your questions so we can answer them. But there's a lot we can do with DOM. There's some videos on our website that you can view. Give it a demo, give it a try, and you can do a lot. If you have any specific questions, we can answer that later. But just like G mentioned, our next one is bracket orders and strategies. So we're going to go through that. Let's get this open. All right. So where would I go from here to get this to enable bracket orders?
So to turn it on, you would just go towards the bottom of the DOM and just click that power button.
Right here, right?
So yeah. Great. So as soon as that's green and you see the sample bracket went from grayed out to now you're able to actually click on it, that's how you know you now have your bracket orders enabled. If you were to place an order and it were to get filled, you would see your bracket orders be placed onto the DOM. So you won't see it when you place the order, like when you go to put the order like that, like a resting order, you're not going to see where they would be placed if it were filled. You'll only see it after it gets filled. So
gotcha. So if I go in here, let's see if this works. Fingers crossed. And I wish I bought earlier, I guess.
I was just gonna say.
There it is, and there's the brackets.
Yeah,
and you can move these once they're filled, right?
That's correct. Yeah, you can move them on the charts. You can also move it on the DOM as well.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, so if you scroll up, you can see your target, but
I just canceled it. Yep.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, but in order to actually set that up,
flatten. We are long. So get up and sent in a bracket, but I canceled it. We are now flat. Okay.
Yep. So now that you know what that looks like, we can show you how to set that up. So basically, if you were to go to the settings tab, that one in the corner, and so this will take you straight to the DOM settings when you click on that one. And if you were to go to the arrow all the way in the corner and click exit strategies.
Cool.
Yeah, so there's the bracket that you have. So if you can open that, that'll be, we can just explain this. And so you'll name your bracket, and then you'll say if you want to do it by percent or ticks. The way Max has his setup right now is by ticks. So the way this will read is as soon as the order is placed, it'll take off a quarter or a third, I should say, of profit, either at target or at his stop will be at a third, and his target will be at 18, 24, and 30 ticks.
30 ticks. And if we wanted to move this down a little bit closer to say 4 ticks, you kind of just go like that. You can either create a limit, mark it if touched. You can even disable that part, right? By just clicking this.
Yeah, so then you don't have a target. You only have a
I don't even
stop.
think there's a stop either, since I think now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this does. I guess the best thing to do is just hit this cancel button and it cancels it.
Yeah, that'll take out the whole
way to stop it. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah. So and then that would be how you set that up. You can use as many targets as many.
Right?
Yeah, you can use as many as you want. I don't think there's a cap. So that's like a really cool way to do that. And if the good thing to note is if you were to place, so when Max placed his order, he only placed it on a 1 lot. The system is intuitive enough to know not to place
a 3 lot, right?
Yeah, correct. So whatever you place, the target will be at the first target that you have set. So that's another thing to note as well.
This first target. Okay, so if I click click this, hit apply. Okay, this is enabled, and I move this to 3. I should have 3 brackets.
Yeah, you should have 3 targets, and then you'll have 3.
There it is. Okay. See if we can.
Then once you get filled, you'll see 3 stops and 3 targets.
There it is. Okay.
There you go.
Except it's only showing 2. Maybe I didn't enable that last one.
The last one you had, you didn't put the proper percentage in.
Got it. So that's why I got that error that I ignored instead of actually paying attention to it. Okay.
That's why it only placed 2. I only put 2 orders out there.
Gotcha. Cool. Got out of there.
Yeah. So that's how you would set up a bracket strategy. That was really the only way to do it. Pretty simple.
Great. And then real quickly, we're going to go over some Q&A, some questions, but this is our knowledge base, support.edgeclear.com. You can click on EdgeProX, and there is a bunch of different articles in there. We update this on a, I wouldn't call it a daily basis, but we update it a lot. If there's a lot of questions within, if there's a question that we get multiple times, we'll add it to our support center. So always keep an eye on that support center. You can also email us at edgeprox@edgeclear.com. We do have a live chat, edgeclear.com, and that's our phone number. But let's get to some questions. So we have some here. I would like to know how to have a VWAP and open high low close and mid track from either ETH or RTH and resets at midnight. How do I have them track trading hours? Interesting question. I'm not sure I fully understand it. So, and you want to have the VWAP and OCL and mid track from either extended trading hours or regular trading hours, and mine resets at midnight. How do I have them track trading hours? Oh, I gotcha. So the open, high, low, close. So let's see here. So chart. Nope. We want to go to studies. Let's just add open, high, low, close.
So open that up. I think I know what they're explaining. So hit create. I know what they're experiencing. So if you have your VWAP, go to.
We'll just use the open, high, low, close. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this one, how yours resets every day. Yours is resetting. They want to basically have it be a continuous continuous essentially.
Got it. Let's see here. Extended session, regular trading hour session, and chart session. So does this regular trading session, if you're going to the settings and you click RTH data, extended session, or use chart settings, try checking that out and see if this does the trick. And if not, and you're looking for something a little bit different than I'm explaining right now, we will kind of dig into that and get back to you. All right, we got some more questions in here, and don't worry, we have all these questions, so we'll be able to get back to you. I cannot see the tabs at the bottom. I cannot move the app. So the tabs, so are you referring to these tabs down here? Okay. G, do you know how to just reset to default layout?
Yeah. If you go to configure.
Okay.
Layout.
Okay.
Reset layout.
Reset layout. So try that. Try going to configure layout and then hit reset layout.
The other thing too is if you don't see it at the bottom, that might also be just having it all the way maximized on the screen. You can also just go to the top left corner and
Okay.
So
gotcha.
That would be another way to do that.
Is there a way to show more back data on Heatmap? I use the tick tab, but I was wondering if there's a setting to save more data. So the Heatmap basically starts populating when you open up the platform. Once you open up the platform, it'll start saving your data and building that heat map. So I think I opened mine up. Yeah, I opened mine up right before we had this webinar, so this is as far back as it goes. But if you want more, like if you're referring to historical data, it doesn't have historical data like that. Once you open up the platform is when the heat map will start populating. If you go to view and then click the display, there's an algo button that isn't functioning. Is that in development? So you go to view and then click display. So view, display. Oh, interesting. Okay. That is something we do not have in the platform. So it's something that we probably need to get removed. Thanks for pointing that out though. If you when trading NQ, I have a separate DOM, but it jumps around a lot. Can you specify the number of ticks before it recenters? I don't know that exact. I get where you're coming from in terms of the NQ. Let's see if I could figure it out. That's a new question. Where?
Recenter 10 rows.
Got it. So what is this? Every 10 rows it'll recenter?
I think that's what that means, yeah. So then if you have it on it like unchecked, it'll
just kind of go off, right?
Yeah.
Got it. So 10 rows is kind of small when talking about the NQ, I would think. So maybe try increasing these rows to possibly like 20. See if that does the trick. But again, that's just in the DOM settings, and you just go to general and it's right in recenter. See if that does the trick. If it doesn't, let us know. If you place a trade on the heat map but then switch to the TPO to monitor, I noticed in demo mode that the DOM and the TPO doesn't show the trade. Interesting. Let's see. Let's give it a test. So I am going to place this here. Then we're going to go to the TPO. So I'm seeing it. Maybe try
could be different
instruments. Check the symbol. Yeah, check like if it's ADS and over here is the ADS. See if that is it. But it does look like it's working on our end. Let's see, what else do we got? I cannot see links, so if the person that sent us that link, just send us an email with the question, with kind of what you're seeing, so we can kind of get a better idea. And again, that's EdgeProX@edgeclear.com. Just send us that link that you sent us so we can properly see what you're referring to and help. Let's see what else we got. That's a weird one. Yeah, I don't know why that you cannot see all the tabs on here, but definitely send that email to us and we'll take a look. Let's see. Got any other questions out there? Adding time and sales to a DOM.
I don't think you can add it to the DOM, but I mean, I can know that you can just add it in general.
How do you want to kind of walk through that?
Yeah, if you look by the top of your screen, there's going to be like a dollar bill to the left of that.
Right here?
Yeah. Okay. That should be the time and sales.
Got it.
Yeah. And then you can configure the time and sales to be more, so it's taking every single order right now. You can fix it so that it has a minimum trade size. That'll be about 75 way down. Yep, right there.
Got it. Min trade size, max trade size. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like can be configured so that you can see, it's not going so crazy and you can actually see like significant orders going through. Yeah. That's what I would do at least.
Great.
Can you review how you use?
So Jeff, the review how to use Delta, I would we're not, I'm by no means an expert here at trading, so I would probably not want to get that answer for me, but if you want to send that question over to us, then we will kind of work on getting that for you, and how another member or trader of EdgeClear uses Delta on their end as well, and just give you some advice there. But cool. Well, can you add lower study on the heat map? So when you say heat map, you mean just adding another kind of indicator at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, such as cumulative delta. Yeah, we could do that. I believe so, right, G?
Yeah, you can do that. It's so right now just go and add cumulative delta is a good example. The reason that you might not be seeing certain studies on the bottom is because there's overlay studies that go over your chart, and then other studies that will go towards the bottom of that'll just be created at the bottom of your chart. So cumulative delta. Yeah, so if you hit create, it goes right to the bottom of your chart. RSI, I know, goes to the bottom of your charts as well. MACD is another one that can go to the bottom of your chart. So yeah, so that's how you would do that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. G has been a member of EdgeClear since February. Pretty wild, huh? It seems like he's been here for years, based on the way he's talking.
3-month anniversary.
Is it? Wow.
I know. Tell me about it.
Cool. Well, I think we're gonna end it here. If you didn't, like I said, anyone that I said reach out to EdgeClear about some of those questions, the screenshot, Delta, all that stuff, send us that email. We're happy to help. Thank you to everyone here that has been using EdgeProX. And again, here is the ways to contact us.
Hey Max.
And
before you go, I believe that at the end of the day, this will be sent out to everybody who's showing up in the meeting, right? Like the recording?
Will. Once there's a compliance review, we'll add it to our YouTube page. So it'll be within the YouTube page. Just go to YouTube, find EdgeClear LLC, and all of our webinars will be posted on there. Most of our webinars, at least, and definitely all the walkthroughs will be on there as well. It's a good question.
Awesome. Just wanted to make sure. Cool.
Yep. Cool. Well, thanks everyone. Appreciate it. Again, thank you for using EdgeProX. We'll be here next week. So come join the Max and G show at that time. Have a good one.